Hey y'all, it's Elizabeth Mont, and this is my presentation on Algor Mortis. What is Algor Mortis? So Algor Mortis literally translates to cold death. It is the post-mortem cooling of the body over a period of time. There are several factors that influence Algor Mortis. Intrinsic factors, which are things that happen inside the body, and extrinsic factors, things that are the surroundings. And then this is a physical change. So intrinsic factors affecting Algor Mortis. So first one I want to talk about is the ratio of body surface area to body mass. So let's consider two individuals who are the same height, but one is emaciated and one is obese. So the one who is emaciated is going to lose body temperature quicker than the one who is obese due to less mass. Number two, body temperature at time of death. So I kind of touch on this a little bit in other slides, but generally speaking, if like a person has a fever, it's going to take their body longer to cool, and if their body is cooler than normal, it's going to take less time for them to cool. Number three, pathological conditions. So this could be something such as an autoimmune disease, and in some autoimmune diseases, one of the common symptoms is a fever. And so if a person dies with a fever, it's also going to take them longer for their body to cool than it would someone who has a normal temperature when they pass. Number four, amount of postmortem caloricity. So postmortem caloricity is an increase in temperature immediately following death. It is different for every person, and there's a lot of variables that can change the amount of postmortem caloricity someone might have. But if someone has a higher amount of postmortem caloricity, it's going to take them longer for their temperature to come down. So now we're going to get into the extrinsic factors that affect Algor Mortis. So one is body coverings. So just like in the winter, you're going to wear a coat, you're going to wear pants, you're going to wear boots. If someone dies in the winter, all of that clothing on their body is going to affect how long it takes for their temperature to start to drop. So if they were in a t-shirt and sandals and shorts during the winter, obviously it's going to take a less amount of time for that temperature to go down. Number two, surrounding environment. So this can mean quite a few things. So it could just mean the ambient air temperature of where the body is, or it could be that the body is in water, or any other sort of environmental factor that can affect the way that the body will start to lose heat. So like I mentioned, in water. So a body will lose heat faster in water than it will on land, even if, the water and the air temperature might be the same. It's still going to lose its temperature faster in water. Number three, pathological conditions. Remember, we are on extrinsic factors, and these can include bacterial or viral infections. And like prior, these also can cause a fever. And just the same, the body has a fever, then it's going to take longer for that body to cool. Number four, pharmaceuticals. And along with like prescription drugs, we can also include alcohol and other illicit substances in here. There are medications that can increase the body's temperature, or any number of drugs, alcohol, medications that can disrupt the body's thermoregulation, and so it might run a little warmer than some people. It might run a little bit cooler. It just kind of depends on what substance or medication the person has taken. So how does Algor Mortis affect rigor mortis? So Algor mortis can impact when rigor mortis sets in. So the longer that it takes for the body to cool, the longer it's going to take for rigor mortis to set in. How does Algor mortis affect livor mortis? So when our body is cooled rapidly, such as like in refrigeration, there's quite a few things that actually are advantages for embalmers. However, due to the quick refrigeration, Algor mortis, it can increase the degree of livor mortis and post-mortem staining. So Algor mortis and embalming. So when the body is rapidly cooled, usually with refrigeration, there's a couple things that happens in the body that are really an aid to an embalmer. One, it keeps the blood in a liquid state. Two, helps with the drainage of blood. And three, it does slow decomposition. So these things are definitely an embalmer's friend. And as always, thank you for viewing my presentation.